What is going on, Jet fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video. We got more fallout from the Robert Saleh firing. Woody Johnson speaks up. We got some quotes from him. Jeff Ulbrich had his first press conference as the head coach. We have a lot to break down in today's video. Why did Woody Johnson make this move now? Well, the Jets are still very much alive. Look at the AFC East. They're 2-3. They haven't played well, but they are one game out, and they play the Buffalo Bills this week. The team needed a spark. And if you look at the odds over on BetUS, today's sponsor of the video, the Bills are still the heavy favorite at minus 245, but the Jets are listed at plus 300. If they win this game, they're in first place in the division. So that line's not going to stay at plus 300. If you think that the Jets can win this game and get into first place, and if you're buying into the Jeff Ulbrich effect, and this is going to be the thing that gets the Jets back on track, well, maybe get in on this now, and you could do so by signing up for BetUS and get a 150% match deposit bonus with promo code YouTube150 on your first deposit. Check it out. It's the best sportsbook on the market. It's the best. It's the sportsbook I use every single day to place my wagers, whether it's on the MLB playoffs or the NFL season. I've been doing my betting over on BetUS, so check it out. Promo code YouTube150. One of the main reasons why Woody Johnson pulled the plug, he said this is the most talented team they've ever had, or one of the most talented teams that he's ever had since being here and being the owner over the last 25 years.
And I just want, my opening statement is that this is one of the most talented teams that has ever been assembled by the New York Jets. I wanted to give this team the most opportunity to win this season. I feel that we had to go in a different direction, and that's why I did that today. This change, the change that we made today, that I made, I believe will bring new energy and positivity that will lead to more wins starting now. I want to say, which I've said earlier to some of the members of the leadership team that represents the players, how proud I am of this team, this specific team this year, and excited about what could happen and what will happen, particularly given these changes that we've made today.
They have not played up to their potential. They're better than 2-3. It feels like they are being held back by coaching. Now you can make the argument that, Nathaniel Hackett's in play in this, and we'll get to Nathaniel Hackett in a little bit here. But I think Woody saw this team a game out of first place with the Buffalo Bills coming to town on Monday. It's like, now is the time to make the change and try to spark this team. If Woody Johnson waited and they lost this week, or maybe lost the next two, and then you're sitting at 2-5, then it's a little bit too late. Then you'd be asking the interim to go like, hey, you got to go 8-2 to make the playoffs at 10-7, or maybe it's 7-3 or whatever over the final 10 games. But moral of the story is Woody Johnson was aggressive with this, and it's something he's never done. He's never fired a head coach in season, but as he points out, it's not like they've ever really had an opportunity where there's high expectations and they're underperforming at the time. There's been a lot of speculation on if it was Woody Johnson's decision or if it was Aaron Rodgers, and Woody said it was his decision and his decision alone.
Did you consult with Joe Douglas on this decision?
Joe Douglas and I, yeah. Hi, Mike. How you doing? I did talk to Joe Douglas about it. But in the end of the day, this was my decision and my decision alone. And, I've had enough experience doing these things. It's the first time I've done it this early, but I thought, once again, I thought and think that this will help the team, help this talented team achieve the goals that the team wants and that I want and the fans want.
Now, Aaron Rodgers and Woody Johnson did speak on Monday night, but apparently they did not mention Robert Saleh. Aaron Rodgers, was not aware on Tuesday morning that he was going to get fired. It was just, Woody Johnson decided Tuesday morning, enough is enough. We're going to make the change on the off day and try to get this thing right going into this into this pivotal point of the schedule in a must-win game against the Buffalo Bills. It's a gutsy call. I hope it works, but it's really the only card that he could have played unless they fired Nathaniel Hackett, which I don't think they were going to do. But Woody Johnson was, in fact, asked about Nathaniel Hackett, and he said, we're going to make changes wherever changes are due.
Okay. Well, I think we're going to make changes wherever changes are due. We know where we're weak and where we're strong. and so do you. You can see it every week. And so we are going to make the changes that enable us to give these fabulous players on both sides of the ball the chance to win. And we know that we have to make some improvements and changes here. That is sure. And Jeff, although I haven't had a chance to talk to him too much today because he's quickly morphing into being the head coach, which is a pretty sizable transition for him, which I think he's more than capable of handling, by the way. And so, yeah, offense has been it's been a challenge, more than a challenge. And I think it's something that I'm sure he'll be focusing on.
Now, I feel like Woody's answer allowed for speculation that maybe they will change the play caller at some point. And we'll get to Jeff Ulbrich's comments in a little bit on the decision, I guess, to maybe change the play caller. I think he left the door open for that. And, story came out, apparently Robert Saleh was going to do that Todd Downing was going to take over plays. And, well, he doesn't get that opportunity because he's fired and he's not the head coach anymore. So we'll see if that's something that Jeff Ulbrich does. But I thought that was something of note as well here. Now, slightly off topic, but just an unreal quote from Woody that has to be in this video because Woody doesn't speak very often. But a great quote on a great, I don't know if it's great, but it's certainly a quote on Haason Reddick. His message, essentially, get in your car and drive down 95.
I'm going to go a little bit off base here with apologies, but what is your take on why the Haason Reddick situation has not worked out?
Rich? I would rely on you for this. This is something I've never seen before, and you've got even more years than I have. And I know I don't think any of us have seen anything like this. So I think you have to be part psychologist and part some other to try to figure out what is actually going on. I think, I hope that the young man can come to the team. We'd like to have Haason here. We'd welcome him with open arms. And, I will extend that. And I haven't talked to Jeff, but I think he would feel exactly the same way. So when he gets here, he'll find a very welcome locker room and he'll be able to fit right in, but he's got to get here first. So Haason, get in your car, drive down 95, and come to the New York Jets.
I don't know if we ever see Haason Reddick. I don't know if he's traded for Devontae Adams. I don't know if he doesn't report, if he holds out and we do this thing all over again next year. No clue. Don't have an idea. But the get in your car and drive down 95 line is something coming from an owner. That's something else, man. Woody spoke. He got his money's worth today. And yeah, that's why he at least fired Robert Saleh. Now we should get into Jeff Ulbrich, who spoke for the first time as head coach, no longer the DC of the New York Jets. A few quotes that I wanted to play you guys for today. Ulbrich on not playing to their potential.
Right now, we're not playing to our potential. We're not. We're too talented to be putting the product we put out there the last couple weeks, especially. So we got to take a hard look at everything.
Look, guys, I think it is a really big thing why they decided to make the change. I agree with Ulbrich. They aren't playing to their potential. They are better than this. And I do believe that Ulbrich will spark this team. Now, is it going to be enough of a spark where it gets them over the hump, back on track, and they're a Super Bowl contender? I don't know. But could it save their season in a year where it looks like the AFC is just completely wide open, specifically the AFC East? Yeah, there's 9 teams currently in the AFC with 2 or 3 wins through 5 weeks. Only the Kansas City Chiefs and the Houston Texans have 4 or more wins. Everybody else has less than that. And again, 9 teams in the AFC have 2 or 3. Buffalo, who's leading the division, is 3-2. The Jets are 2-3, a game behind them. And as I said many times in this video already, they're playing a Monday night for first. All right, now here we go. Ulbrich on who the play caller is. Feels a little open-ended.
Jeff, Woody was talking to us a little bit ago about changes potentially, just changes in general for the offense. I was wondering if you could talk at all about your plans for the play caller, because you have Todd there who's done it. You have Nate who has been doing it. Do you know who's going to call plays for you?
I've got tremendous respect for this offensive staff. I do. Every single guy on it in the next couple days, like in my opinion, these guys are going to be here on Monday Night Football for us, and they're gonna do an amazing job. Saying that in the next, this has been 4 hours fresh for me to take this role on. Everything will be assessed, the process, the responsibilities, etc. But I do not foresee any changes in the staff.
Now, I don't think Jeff Ulbrich's firing anyone, and I don't think Nate Hackett is going to get the can, but it's been very well known that the Jets tried to bring in Arthur Smith, and Arthur Smith would have been the play caller, and you would have had a different title, I guess, for Nathaniel Hackett, or the day-to-day would have went a little bit differently. The Jets have messed with Todd Downing calling plays in the past, mostly in training camp and in limited sample, but maybe we see a little Todd Downing action calling some plays. Now, how about this, for just speaking strictly on vibes? Jeff Ulbrich, the new head coach, Todd Downing, the new play caller, Devontae Adams comes in here, the Jets win on Monday night and are in first place. Now, that would be a complete 180 on where we're feeling right now. Is it going to happen? Another story, but we could dream, I guess, right? Last thing for me, I want to leave you guys fired up. Here's Jeff Ulbrich's speech from the Senior Bowl. Maybe this is what we'll get to see from him as head coach of the New York Jets.
Today, hold my fist, make it come to life. You control that. You love this game, demonstrate that shit by how hard you strain. And the passion you play with, guys, when you make a play or your teammate makes a play, celebrate that shit today. Celebrate it. Mind, execute. Don't make shit up. Guys, trust your training. Trust your training. And then fist. In the fourth quarter, these flinch and they tap on us. Remember this, guys. A teammate, I'll die for. My brother, I'll kill for. Let's kill for today. Let's break this down. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Kill on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Some intensity. I love it. Yes, give me some intensity at head coach. I think Robert Saleh has been too melancholy. It's just been like, woe is me, sad, Eeyore, gonna have the 1,000-yard stare. Disappointing. He had to have the get-back coach when things were going right, but when things went wrong, it just seemed like he folded. And my hope here is that Ulbrich is what sparks this team and gets him back on track. We'll see if it happens. Guys, I know we went through a lot of quotes, a lot of sound in this video. I appreciate you sticking with me. Let me know your comments down below, your thoughts on the situation. Subscribe if you're new. Thank you, BetUS, for sponsoring. I'm Matt O'Leary. I'll catch you next time.